Imagine walking into a small Pennsylvania town in the early 90s. The air smells like cocoa. Factory whistles blow. People stream to work, not in coal mines or steel mills, but in a place where chocolate pours like liquid wealth. The name stretching across the sign is one you already know: Hershey. Today, billions of people around the world associate that name with comfort and sweetness. But behind the candy wrapper is a story of relentless failures, unexpected risks, ruthless business decisions, altruism, and of course, sugar. The Hershey Company isn't just a chocolate manufacturer. It's one of the great American consumer empires, battling rivals for dominance while building an entire town around chocolate. This is the story of how Milton Hershey went from a failed caramel salesman to creating a chocolate powerhouse so influential that even wars and competitors couldn't nibble away its success. Chapter 1: The Bittersweet Beginnings. Milton Hershey was not the kind of man you'd bet on. By the late 80s, he had already failed at business 3 separate times. His first candy shop didn't last. Neither did his second experiment in New York. He was overworked, in debt, and humiliated. But Hershey had something stubborn about him. In Lancaster, Pennsylvania, he stumbled on a winning idea: caramel made with fresh milk. It tasted richer, fresher, better than anything else in the market. This idea turned into the Lancaster Caramel Company, a rising success that finally brought Hershey financial stability. Yet, even as his caramel empire was growing, Milton Hershey became obsessed with an expensive luxury that barely existed in the United States: chocolate. At the time, eating chocolate wasn't a mass-market product. It was something reserved for elites. It required expensive machinery to refine, and the Swiss and Germans had cornered the market. So, imagine the confusion when Hershey, sitting on a profitable caramel business, decided to sell it for $1 million, a mind-blowing fortune in 1900, and instead bet everything on chocolate. People thought he had lost his mind. But Hershey had a vision. Chocolate could become the everyday indulgence of the American masses. Chapter 2: Building a Chocolate Kingdom. In 1903, Hershey started construction on what seemed less like a factory and more like a dream: an entire town built around chocolate. This wasn't just about efficiency. Hershey truly believed in the paternalistic model of labor: take care of your workers, and they'll take care of you. He created what became Hershey, Pennsylvania, complete with homes, schools, churches, streetcars, and even entertainment. Workers didn't just make chocolate. They lived inside Hershey's vision of utopia. But the crown jewel was the chocolate bar itself. Hershey refined a recipe that used plenty of fresh milk, creating a smooth sweetness that was affordable to produce on a giant scale. In 1900, the very first Hershey's milk chocolate bar hit the market. Unlike imported European chocolate, these bars were cheap, consistent, and available to average families. It wasn't just a candy bar. It was America's first true taste of accessible chocolate luxury. Demand exploded. By 1910s, Hershey was one of the largest candy manufacturers in the world. But what really cemented his empire was a looming global catastrophe. Chapter 3: Chocolate Goes to War. When soldiers go to war, they carry weapons, rations, and in the case of countless Americans, Hershey chocolate. During World War I, Hershey supplied millions of chocolate bars to American troops. By World War II, the US government specifically asked Hershey to produce a high-energy chocolate ration for soldiers, nicknamed the D-Ration Bar. It wasn't exactly a gourmet treat. Soldiers joked that it tasted like sweet cement, but it kept Hershey's name in the pockets and rucksacks of men across the globe. This alignment with the war effort was not only patriotic, it was genius branding. Soldiers who returned home spread their loyalty to the product, cementing Hershey chocolate as permanently tied to American identity, family, and comfort. And just when it seemed like Hershey had secured unshakable dominance, powerful rivals appeared, ready to melt away his sweet monopoly. Chapter 4: Rivalry, Reinvention, and Expansion. By the mid-20th century, Hershey faced a major threat: Mars. While Hershey's business empire was built on milk chocolate bars, Mars introduced the Milky Way, Snickers, and M&Ms, products with more variety, catchy branding, and, crucially, better control of distribution. In fact, the iconic M&M was initially a joint venture between Mars and Hershey during World War II. But once Hershey lost its stake, Mars took over and dominated that category. Hershey, meanwhile, was accused of being slow, conservative, and overly reliant on its original bar. But even with these criticisms, Hershey expanded steadily. Reese's, Kit Kat, licensed in the US, Twizzlers, Ice Blakers, and more. Those acquisitions weren't flashy, but they embedded Hershey into multiple segments: chocolate, candy, and snacks. At the same time, Hershey began to shift from being just a candy company to becoming a full-scale snack empire, balancing fun-size indulgence with big business strategy. Its town roots didn't disappear. The Hershey School and philanthropic trusts founded by Milton Hershey still hold huge ownership stakes in the company. But now, Hershey was no longer just America's sweetheart. It was global. Still, with Mars and Nestle rising as gigantic competitors, Hershey needed to ask, how do you stay relevant in a world of changing preferences, health concerns, and global competition? Chapter 5: Today's Empire and Lessons from Chocolate. Today, Hershey's annual revenue is above $10 billion, with products reaching over 80 countries. In recent years, Hershey has expanded aggressively beyond chocolate, acquiring snack companies like Pirate's Booty and Skinny Pop Popcorn. The message is clear: they want to be in every aisle of the grocery store, not just the candy shelf. Yet Hershey's DNA remains deeply tied to its founder's vision, a product that transforms luxury into accessibility, wrapped in sweetness and nostalgia. The company's greatest competitive edge has always been emotional. Hershey isn't just a candy bar, it's memories of childhood trick-or-treating, baseball concessions, road trip gas stations, and lunchbox surprises. It's culture, packaged. The success of Hershey shows us how enduring companies are built not only on innovation and expansion, but also on the power of storytelling. Hershey chocolate didn't just sell sugar, it sold happiness, patriotism, and community. So next time you unwrap that crinkly silver foil and take a bite of the unmistakable Hershey's chocolate flavor, just remember, behind that sweetness lies a story of relentless resilience, bold risks, wartime rations, and a founder who dreamed not just of making candy, but of building a kingdom made of cocoa, caramel, and possibility. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update.